I'd like to say that, it's your dedication to your role and your responsibilities as council that are just exemplary. Your commitment to good governance is one that I particularly appreciate. And most of all, what you've shown and all those nights that you were in meetings and all that time you gave to reading reports and meeting with constituents and doing all the things that are expected of members of council, that you radiate the love that you have for the city of Owen Sound. So I would like, on behalf of staff, council, and the residents of Owen Sound, to ask each of you individually come up and receive a small token of our appreciation. And I would like to start with Colleen Purdon. We're going to read what the plaque says for Colleen, but I won't repeat it for each of you. So it's a plaque from the Corporation of the City of Owen Sound presented to Colleen Purdon in appreciation of 4 years of dedicated service, devotion, and support rendered by you in the public interest as a councillor, and for the worthwhile contribution that you have made toward the welfare and material development of this great city. Thank you so much.
Never stood here before. It's awkward, isn't it? It is really awkward. But I would like to thank everyone. And as I said, I've really enjoyed being on council. And Jan said, don't cry. So I'll try hard not to. So I wish everybody the best, and the new council wish you the best.
I would now ask Jan Chamberlain to come forward. Again, Jan, thank you so much in recognition of your 4 years of dedicated service to the city.
I think I already said this. I didn't know this was happening at all. I guess I haven't been at one of these meetings before where it was endings are hard, but I really appreciate everybody. Thank you.
I had a method to this. All right, so I'm going to switch it over. Councillor Twaddle. Again, everyone, I just note this is an appreciation of 17 years of dedicated service to this city. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I want to take just a moment to thank everybody who has supported me over the years. My involvement with the city actually began 20 years ago when I first started serving on the advisory committee, the Waste Management Advisory Committee. I was elected 17 years ago. There's been one principle that's always been important to me. It was a significant factor in my decision to become involved as a committee member and ultimately to run for council. And that was the dedication and professionalism of the staff in the City of Owen Sound. And I think it's really important to acknowledge that. And there's one thing that I have always appreciated, and it's a principle that has served all of us on council very well, and that is that staff are professional. They have expertise in their own areas of competence, and it is their obligation to give us their best professional advice. They need to tell us, and they need to continue to tell future councils what we need to hear, not what they think we want to hear. I can say that without exception, the staff have been willing to provide their best professional advice and to not try to temper that advice by anticipating the votes around this council table. And I think that's an essential principle that needs to be respected going forward. I want to thank staff for that. That doesn't mean that individual members of council always agree with the advice, but they're being given the best advice and then making the political decision that's required. I look back over 17 years on council and I think about the achievements, and there are many achievements that stand out, but I just want to mention 3 or 4. One, the first really big decision that I was involved in was the transition of the Owen Sound Public Utilities Commission to Georgian Bay Energy and ultimately the sale to Hydro One. I was privileged to be the chair of the committee that handled that transition. I was privileged to be the chairman of the board of Georgian Bay Energy and to lead the negotiations with Ontario Hydro and ultimately Hydro One. There's a $16.3 million endowment that is currently working for this community. The first big project that the interest from that fund paid for was the Big Dig downtown. And without the resources from that fund, we wouldn't have had such a spectacular downtown. The streetscape was paid for through that fund. Currently, the resources from that fund, the interest from that fund, are paying off the rec center. And that, to me, is the single biggest, most important project that this city, to this point, has taken on. And I was proud to be a part of that. Councillor McMahon, and your leadership on that was exemplary throughout. It was a very difficult decision, not for this council, but the council before that. It really came down to the 11th hour almost, but I've spent a lot of time there with my grandson over the past couple of years, and I'm very proud of that facility and proud of the fact that the resources from the Georgian Bay Energy Fund are being used to pay for that. So the capital cost of that facility is not on the tax base at all. And I think that's important to remember. The last really big project that is still going forward, and is one that I first started talking about in 2000, was the upgrade to secondary treatment of the wastewater treatment plant. I drive by it every day. I keep an eye on the progress. I'm very, very pleased to see that project is going forward. It is a really important project, and I'm proud to say that I had some role in that as well. I want to thank the members of council I've served with over the years. I want to congratulate the new members of council. 4 of them are here this evening. I wish you great success on December the 1st when you take office, and I challenge you, charge you with the responsibility for protecting the Georgian Bay Energy Fund on into the future, so that that fund goes back to about the early 1900s when the Owen Sound PUC was created. The asset was sold to Hydro One, and that money has been protected. I challenge you to carry on that legacy and to protect that fund and only use the income from it to do the kinds of things that make this the community where people want to live, and not be tempted by the quick opportunity to fix some of the challenging financial problems that exist. I do know that the interest from that is committed for about 20 years to pay off the rec center, but please keep that legacy alive. In 20 years, I may not be around at all to remind you. Thank you very much.
Now I'll ask if Councillor Adair Adair in appreciation of 19 years of service. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for setting the bar so high. I just want to say thank you to the people of Owen Sound for giving me the opportunity to serve you for this length of time. It's been a great education for me. I'd like to thank the staff, all the staff, former staff, who really make our job a lot easier by providing us with the information that we need. And it's been a success. Thanks very much.